If you've been checking your bank account wondering where that extra payment is, you're not alone. Thousands of seniors across America are asking the same question right now, and what's happening with Social Security in February might surprise you. The rumors about a $200 bonus payment have been spreading like wildfire on social media, but here's what the Social Security Administration isn't making crystal clear to recipients. February brings some critical changes that directly impact your monthly benefits, and understanding the real facts could mean the difference between financial confusion and peace of mind. Whether you're receiving retirement benefits, SSI, or SSDI, there are specific payment schedule adjustments happening this month that you need to know about. Some recipients will actually see different deposit dates than usual, and yes, certain beneficiaries could see additional money, but not in the way those clickbait headlines suggest. The truth is more nuanced than a simple $200 bonus, and it involves COLA adjustments, payment timing quirks, and eligibility criteria that affect different recipients in different ways. Let's cut through the confusion and get you the verified facts straight from official sources. Let me start by telling you exactly what's going on with your Social Security payments this February, because there's a lot of misinformation floating around, and you deserve to hear the straight truth. The Social Security Administration has a very specific payment schedule, and understanding how it works is absolutely crucial to knowing when your money will hit your account. Now, when we talk about an extra $200, we need to be really clear about what that actually means and who might be eligible to receive it, because this isn't some universal bonus that's going to land in every senior's bank account overnight. The first thing you need to understand is how the regular payment schedule works for February. The Social Security Administration doesn't just send out all payments on the same day. Instead, they stagger these payments based on your birth date, and this system has been in place for years. If you were born between the 1st and the 10th of any month, your payment typically arrives on the second Wednesday of the month. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, you'll see your deposit on the third Wednesday. And if you were born between the 21st and the end of the month, your payment comes on the fourth Wednesday. But here's where it gets interesting for February specifically. There are some unique calendar considerations this month that might affect when you see your money, and understanding these timing issues is essential because they could explain why some people are seeing deposits at different times than they expected. Now, let's talk about SSI recipients specifically, because your payment schedule is actually different from regular Social Security retirement benefits. SSI payments traditionally arrive on the first of every month, but when the first falls on a weekend or holiday, the payment gets moved to the last business day of the previous month. This is where some of the confusion about extra payments or bonus payments actually comes from. If you received your SSI payment at the end of January instead of the beginning of February, it might feel like you got an extra payment, but what actually happened is that the Social Security Administration moved your February payment forward to ensure you weren't left waiting over a weekend. This isn't new money or a bonus, it's just your regular payment arriving early because of how the calendar falls. The question everyone's really asking is about this $200 figure that keeps popping up in headlines and social media posts. So let me break down where this number is actually coming from and what it really means for your financial situation. Every year, Social Security benefits receive what's called a cost of living adjustment, or COLA. This adjustment is designed to help your benefits keep pace with inflation and the rising cost of goods and services. For 2025, there was indeed a COLA increase applied to Social Security benefits, and depending on your individual benefit amount, this increase could translate to different dollar amounts for different recipients. For some people receiving average benefits, the COLA increase might work out to around $200 more per month compared to what they were receiving in 2024. But this isn't a one-time bonus payment or an extra deposit on top of your regular benefit. This is an increase to your base monthly payment that you'll receive every single month going forward. The confusion really intensifies when we start talking about these so-called midnight deposits or special bonus payments. Here's the reality of how direct deposits work with Social Security. The administration sends payment information to banks before the official payment date, and different banks process these transactions at different times. Some banks will post the deposit to your account as soon as they receive the information, which might be late at night or in the early morning hours before the official payment date. Other banks wait until the official payment date to make the funds available in your account. This difference in bank processing times is why some people see their Social Security payment show up at midnight or in the very early morning hours, while others don't see it until later in the day on the scheduled payment date. It's not that some people are getting special bonus payments at midnight, it's just that different financial institutions have different processing schedules. If you're receiving SSDI, which is Social Security Disability Insurance, your payment schedule typically follows the same calendar as regular retirement benefits based on your birth date. However, if you've been receiving disability benefits since before 1997, you might actually get paid on the 3rd of each month, regardless of your birth date. Understanding which category you fall into is really important for managing your expectations about when your money will arrive. And just like with retirement benefits, any COLA increase that was applied for 2025 is already built into your regular monthly payment amount. You're not going to see it as a separate deposit or a bonus check. It's just incorporated into the payment you receive according to your regular schedule. There's also been some discussion about one-time stimulus payments or special relief payments for seniors, and I want to address this head-on because it's caused a tremendous amount of confusion. While there have been discussions in Congress about various forms of additional relief for seniors and Social Security recipients, as of right now in February 2025, there is no federally approved $200 bonus payment or stimulus check that's being automatically sent to all Social Security recipients. If Congress were to pass legislation authorizing such a payment, the Social Security Administration would announce it through official channels, and you would receive information about it in your mail or through your online Social Security account. The key thing to remember is that legitimate payments and program changes always come through official Social Security Administration communications, not through social media posts or unofficial websites. Now, there are some specific situations where certain recipients might see additional payments or adjustments in February, and it's worth understanding what these situations are. If there was an error in your payment amount in previous months and the Social Security Administration identified this error, they might issue a supplemental payment to correct the underpayment. These correction payments can happen at any time when errors are discovered and corrected. Similarly, if you recently became eligible for benefits, or if there was a change in your benefit calculation due to additional work history being added to your record, you might receive a retroactive payment that covers the period when you should have been receiving the higher amount. These payments are specific to individual circumstances and aren't universal bonuses that everyone receives. Another source of potential confusion involves state-level programs and supplemental payments. Some states offer additional assistance programs for seniors and people with disabilities beyond what the federal Social Security program provides. These state supplements can vary dramatically from one state to another, both in terms of eligibility requirements and payment amounts. If your state has implemented a new supplemental payment program or increased the amount of an existing supplement, you might see an additional deposit that's separate from your federal Social Security payment. However, these are state-specific programs, not federal Social Security bonuses, and they would only apply if you live in a state that offers such supplements and you meet that state's eligibility criteria. Let's also talk about the reality of what $200 extra actually means in practical terms for managing your monthly budget. Even if you are seeing an increase in your monthly benefit amount due to the COLA adjustment, it's important to remember that this increase is designed to help offset rising costs for essential items like food, housing, healthcare, and utilities. While any increase in income is certainly welcome, especially for seniors living on fixed incomes, the COLA adjustment typically reflects the increased costs you're already facing in your daily life. The Social Security Administration calculates the COLA based on inflation data, specifically looking at the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. This means the adjustment is meant to help you maintain your purchasing power rather than giving you significant additional spending money on top of what you could afford before. For those of you who are concerned about whether you're receiving the correct payment amount, there are several steps you can take to verify your benefit. The most reliable way is to create or access your My Social Security account on the official Social Security Administration website. Through this online portal, you can view your payment history, see your current benefit amount, and check when your next payment is scheduled to arrive. You can also call the Social Security Administration directly at their national toll-free number, though be prepared for potentially long wait times, especially during busy periods like the beginning of the month, when many people have questions about their payments. When you do speak with a representative, they can walk you through your specific benefit calculation and explain any changes or adjustments that have been made to your account. It's also worth understanding that if you receive both Social Security retirement or disability benefits and SSI, you'll have two separate payment schedules to keep track of. Your Social Security payment will come according to the birth date schedule we discussed earlier, while your SSI payment will come on the first of the month or the last business day of the previous month if the first falls on a weekend or holiday. Managing both payment schedules requires careful attention, but understanding the system helps you plan your monthly budget more effectively and reduces anxiety about when your money will arrive. The bottom line here is that while there's no universal $200 bonus payment being distributed to all seniors in February, there are legitimate reasons why your payment amount might be different from what you received last year, or why you might see deposits at unexpected times. The COLA increase for 2025 has resulted in higher monthly payments for most Social Security recipients, and depending on your individual benefit amount, this increase could be around $200 or more per month. This isn't extra money on top of your regular payment, though. It's an adjustment to your base benefit amount that you'll continue to receive every month. Understanding the difference between an ongoing increase to your monthly benefit and a one-time bonus payment is crucial for accurate financial planning. If you're ever unsure about a payment you've received, or if you see an unexpected deposit in your account, the safest course of action is always to contact the Social Security Administration directly through official channels. Don't rely on information from social media posts, unofficial websites, or unsolicited emails or phone calls claiming to be from Social Security. Scammers often take advantage of confusion around payment schedules and benefit changes to trick people into giving away personal information or money. The real Social Security Administration will never call you out of the blue demanding immediate payment or threatening to suspend your benefits. They communicate through official letters sent to your mailing address, and any legitimate changes to your benefits will be documented in your My Social Security online account.